and welcome along and welcome back to the old farm countryside. We are down here at field 54, which quite honestly is tiny. Hello and welcome along and welcome back to the old farm countryside. We're down at field 54, which honestly is tiny. I'm amazed this is even a field. But this is the second of our hay making fields. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing as we did last time. This is going to be, well, actually, I think I'm going to do it separately. I'm going to get this cut, and then we'll Ted and row separately. So we're going to leave these two here, and then I'm going to take this off. And while these two are tedding and rowing this field, I'm going to head up to field 45 and get that cut as well. And then today what we need to do is we need to get hold of a baler and get that going. So, first up, we are already unfolded. So turn that on, turn our front mower on, turn our back mower on. And this field really just starts straight off. So we'll head straight in here like this. We've got our mower set to do the outer row. Now, that hasn't lowered down. So I've missed my button. There we go. So that down. And by doing this way, what we'll find is it'll be a lot easier to get this tedded. We can get a courseplay course going. And then just get the other tractor following that. So that is the aim that we've got at the moment. Is this really, really thin field. We'll set courseplay going round and get that doing. But it's it's thin and tiny. But I don't want to dwell on this too much because we want to get our baler today. Get all these fields baled. And then we've got to make a decision. And there's a little bit of an issue I have around the baler. So, we'll discuss that in a minute. So, there we are. This field is, we're coming to the end of it. It's a little bit fiddly down this end. But you can see, not a massive field. Not that big. We need to just finish this bit off. So, we'll get courseplay with the other two bits running on it. We might set the tedder off separately on courseplay, and then the windrower separate to that. That way we know that we can we're getting it set as we want, and they're not going to crash into each other. So let's fold up that, and then switch over, fold up that, and then we can get these two out of the way. So we will set off our little doits with this. Start that up. Get it to the corner of the field. And then we can do a quick courseplay. So field work, course generation. We are on field 54. There we go. Current vehicle position. And we want one headland clockwise. Start on the headlands, up, down, generate field course. That is looking pretty good, to be honest. So that should run that quite nicely. Head back, and from first waypoint, drive course. So this should then get this out and get this job done. We're going to get this up to field 45 and go and get that cut. And hopefully by the time we've cut this, we should be able to come back here and get the windrower going on this field and get the tedder up to field 45. Now, field 45 is not an easy field to get to. It's on the top of that rock up there. We kind of got to go in here. And then right around the other side of this is an area that we can sort of go up and around. Now there's a lower area that I don't know if that's going to be included in field 45. We will find out, I think, when we get up there. But it's a little bit more tricky to access than most of the fields on this map. And it's one of the things I quite like. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to take on this this particular contract for this field. Yeah, so it's round and up here, and then we've got this. Yeah, this really epitomizes one of the thing I love about this map, and that is that it has so many little hidden paths and things like that. And there is a seasons version of this map out, so if you want to play seasons on here, you can do. Now that does not seem to be a field in so much, whereas around here would see. Yeah, this is marked out as a field. So unfold this, switch to our other bit, unfold that. That is going out that way. Turn that on. Turn the front on. Nope. Turn the front on. Drop down, and away we go. And yeah. So yeah, this is a much bigger field than the last one. Cracking field. Really loving this. So we're going to get this one cut now. And once this is cut, hopefully our tedder... Well, no, our tedder will easily be done before we get anywhere near finishing this field. So once that's done, we will head over there and go and get that up to here. And that can then start following behind us, which will be great, which will be absolutely excellent. So almost done now. We've got a couple of rows left to go. Interestingly, our little Deutz has not made an appearance yet. So I'm kind of wondering if that is going around in circles, having trouble finding its path. So what we're going to do is we're going to just finish off this field, have a look at that, see if that is working okay, see if that is working fine. And if it is, then why it's taking quite so long to get that finished. I'm quite happy with this though, so we'll just turn that off and lift it up. Switch to our rear one, turn that off, and again lift that up. And we'll go park this on the other field down here, because that should be finished. I don't think we have access to... yeah, there isn't a field definition here. So this is just a nice... This actually would be a nice place to put a farm, I think, in this field here. So, we are down here. I think it's finished. It's got... There's a little bit along the edge of the road here, but... There we go. That has finished. So we'll stop this. Took a little while to do this. But it is done. What we're going to do is we're just going to unfold this. Run this down the side here. Like so. But what we can do, now that we have this field nicely set up, is just send this doing... so we can now send this doing this job up on field 45. We'll send our windrower here. We'll send that doing stuff down the side here. So I'm going to just... What I am going to do before we start is just unfold our windrower and just run it down the side of the field here. So we know there's a section... Well, what we're going to do actually is we're just going to run it around the edge. And the reason why we're going to do that is because we know that this field is one that is going to have an issue at the edge. And it just means that while courseplay is running on this, it will go round and it will get everything in, which can only be good for us. Yeah, look at that. We do have some hay and around the edge here. Yeah, it's a bit of grass, so hopefully we won't get any grass bales out of this, because that would not be good. Now the problem I have, and that we're going to come across in a moment, is that what we have for this contract is a round baler. And part of the reason why we're doing all of these contracts is to get bales for the eventual cow setup. And as a result, we kind of need square bales because that's what we have already. Now, I think we can get away with round bales. I think we'll be all right with those. But it is a little bit of an issue. So, yeah. I think we're going to the bale collector as well. The bale collectors we have. I think we're going to have to hire a round bale collector in order to make that work properly. But what we can do now is we will set up a new course. So field work, course generation, field 54. We want, I think we want one headland pass. That should do it. Generate that. And again, that is going to do that fairly quickly. So back. Return to first trigger. First waypoint and drive course. So that is that's gonna run over what we've just done, but that should mean that it collects everything in. So with that done, we'll take this up and get this working on field 45. Here we are up at field 45. And so again, this one we're not really off the side of the field. We want to start this from here. We want to generate a course. Field 45. I'm going to do 2 headland passes. I think there's enough space to do that. And generate field course. Yeah, that will go around that quite nicely. So back. And then what we'll do is we'll get this lined up. Activate this because that will bring us back to the start. And drive course. And away this goes now. And with those 2 bits running, what we want to do is we're going to head up to this machine here. So this is our Vultra, our N-Series Vultra. This was used last time to plant the potatoes, as you can see. But it is up the end here rather usefully. And we're going to take this back to the shop. It's only got 81 litres of potatoes left in it. But before we complete that, what we want to do is, before we complete that contract with the potato planting, we want to get this still to work. We have a field full of hay here we can do. Now, I've noticed that the fent has got stuck, which is a little bit annoying. So I will get this down to the shop. We'll go and have a look at what our options are going forwards with the bales. But I need to sort our fent out as well. Okay, into the shop. And there is our round baler. Let's just pop across. Oh, wow. Yeah, there we go. That is where that's stuck. Stop, driver. That is well and truly stuck. Ah, because it's tried to reverse it. Which is not good. So let's set this up. See where this should be. Yeah, this is trying to run here. So we will go from next waypoint, drive course. Oh, close, nearest waypoint, drive course. There we go. So that then gets that running up there. Should be okay with any luck. And we can then head back over to here. Start this up, and we're going to drop off these bales. Drop off this potato planter. And we're going to have a quick look, as a result now, at the cost of hiring a square baler. Because a square baler would be really useful to us. First, we want to see how much we're going to get for these 3 contracts. So these 3 contracts, we've got, that's the one we've completed. It's actually 4 baling contracts. So we're going to get 6,000. That's nearly 4,000. That's just below. That's nearly 3,000. So that's 7,000. 8,000. Yeah. So that is just under 7,000. So about 11,000 it looks like we're going to get for these baling contracts, which is really good. Really pleased with that. But 11,000 means that if we want to stay kind of neutral with this contract, then we need to get hold of this for not much money. Now, I think the Coon Baler here is one of the cheapest to do this with. Yeah, 155, 129, 105 for the John Deere one. Massey's 125. So yeah, the Coon Baler, the standard Coon Baler is just about the cheapest. 5,355 to rent this, so that's not bad at all. So this could actually end up being pretty neutral as far as cost goes. This would be 3,000. How much is the Andersen baler for this? The Stack Pro, I think that is 89,000. So that is 4,000. This though is 57. So it would be 2,900 to think, but we'd have to restack it ourselves. Not the end of the world. But certainly would work. So that would keep us neutral. I think what we'll do then is we are going to lease this baler. That will allow us to get this done quicker. Should work with this. And I know we have a round baler, but I very, very much want to keep square bales on our farm. So yeah, a little bit more expensive to do it this way, but absolutely worth it. Yeah, let's get this over to our field and get this started. So this is field 21. This is the one that we baled that we ended up doing the stuff on last time. So let's start this up, unfold it, start it up, drop it down, and we'll just get in there. We've not started this up. That's not the end of the world though, because actually looking at this, I quite like to get the baler going there. And it did seem to pick it up right at the end. And once we get going with this end series, this is absolutely fine at this. And this is the beauty of doing square bales, is that it will just pump them out pretty quickly doing it. So very happy with that. So let's get this field baled up, see how many we have on this, and then we can look in a bit at getting something to stack these bales and get them collected up and work out actually how much 80% of these to drop off will be, so that we can keep all the ones that we want to keep. So our Tedder has finished. We've got our little DX turbo here, our Deutz. So we'll go and park this up with our mower here. Turn that off. Also, our Fed has finished as well, so we can clear this off. And we want to get this running on a different one, so we'll clear that. And we're going to get this up to field 45 and get this rowing that up. And we're about halfway through our bales on our other field as well, so that's pretty good. But we'll skip back to that in a minute. I think we'll probably get the whole of field 21 baled up today. And then these are there ready for us next time. So what we'll be able to do is next time we'll be able to get these two fields baled up and hopefully get a bale stacker, and we'll be working out roughly what we have to do insofar as getting these bales collected and everything and getting them back. I think in the overall we're not going to be able to get to the point when we get the cows on this map. But we will be in a good position to be all set up if we were to continue on that. Next episode, I think we're going to draw this to a close. So we'll see how we do, where we've got to. Yeah, it's been a good run on here, and yeah, we are in a position where we would be set up to get the cows. We'd need another harvest is the trouble. Another harvest would probably bring in the 100,000 we need to buy the cow yard and add that in. But on here, we are doing really well with this hay. Even if it is taking us just that little while to get it done. There we go. So we'll start this off. We're going to generate a course. We are field 45. We've got one headland pass. Generate that course. Looking good, looking about right. So back. And first drive. Nope. Drive. There we go. So we'll get this road up. We'll get this finished. And yeah, maybe what I'll do is we'll get this the rest of this baled up off camera if we can. So that next time we can just go through and we can sort our bales out. And that will be a really good way to go. Oh man, what the... Okay, so we've had a little bit of trouble with this tractor. With it, oh man. With it having an issue with courseplay. So we need to get this out of this position here. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good at all. So it looks like this handles courseplay even worse. Well, much worse than it handled the follow me. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear the courseplay course off here. And I'm going to go round and I'm going to do it myself, I think. And then we're going to go and get the other field done. So let's get this done. There we go. And down. So drop it and away we go. And once I've got this done, once I've got this all rowed up, I can go back and I can get the other field baled, and then maybe we might just run through and get these two fields baled at the same time. Almost there, just one more row to get done. Right, so there we go, and then we just need to get this bit down the side here. Now this is quite nicely shaped to get in here, like that. We should be able to get all of this in one go this time. There we go. Although this bit's going to be a bit tricky. Lift. There we are. So that is the windrowing all done. It is just getting these fields baled up now. Ready for us to get it all collected up in a bit. So we'll park this down here with our other two tractors and hop back up to our baler. So this has not got far to go on this field. Start this up, drop it down, drop the front down by mistake, and yeah, just go around this. Now our second field is quite small, so it should be able to, we should be able to go around that quite quickly. We've got a good number of bales off here though. That is pretty good off here. I'm really quite pleased with that. And we do have this. We do have enough to go and get ourselves an auto stacker. I quite like to do it with the stacks, but I think it might be better for us and simpler for us to get the cheaper one and then restack them. Otherwise, I think we're going to run into trouble. It'll also give us an excuse to put a front loader onto one of our tractors, which we really quite need. So yeah. Last row of hay, and there's a few bales on here. That's quite a nice set of bales on here. That's good. Can we get that little bit? Yeah, we can. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We just need to make sure that when we come and collect these up, we only collect 80% up to go and sell them. So turn that off. Lift that up. Empty our baler, which only has the one. Fold up, and we'll take this down, and we will get field 50. What was it? 54 baled up quickly. Now that was weird. So, my contract for the potatoes just disappeared. I've never had that happen before at all. I think if we scoot over here... That is really, really weird. So we had a contract for the potatoes that has just completely disappeared. No information or anything at all. But our tractor is gone. Our potatoes are gone. Our harvester potato planter is gone. And... we have not been paid for the contract, which is kind of annoying as it was a pretty lucrative contract. So where did it go? This is very odd. And I think we're going to have to finish there, because to come down all this way and get this is going to take us a while. I will get the other two fields baled off camera, I think. But... that is weird and a very odd place to end this video. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.